So I will be talking about creating enterprise applications in AI. Just a quick question. So how many people in this room have deployed enterprise applications in Magnolia with AI? Just curious. Okay, not many. Okay. All right, this will be good then. So last year, I spoke at this conference and I was talking about all the cool things that AI can do. We talked about MCP, we talked about vector databases and all that good stuff. And so this year, I'm going to talk about what AI must do to be valuable in the enterprise. So over the past year, we've been building a lot of stuff. We've been working with some big customers and we made a lot of mistakes, learned a lot, and I hope to share some of those things today. So I'll be talking about some of the key non-negotiables and then how this applies to a large global project we're doing for a medical company. So here are some of the key things that we found. So for AI to be viable, first and foremost, it has to be grounded and auditable, right? So, as you heard today with the agentic features, agents can do many different things. They can spawn, they can do all these different things. How does a medical company feel safe with knowing what it's done or what data it's accessed? So everything has to be completely traceable. So we log every single interaction, every decision the AI makes, so it can be reviewed later in an audit. Also, permission-aware retrieval. That was a topic that came up earlier today as well. All of our content is in vector databases. It's all indexable by person. So in our case, you can have different access rights by region, by product access. So every individual can see only the content that they are authorized to see in the AI. Data governance by design. You have to understand where your data is coming from, right? So we create a data pipeline that goes all the way from changing content in Magnolia or attributes, permissions, all those things that goes directly into a medical legal review in Viva. In this case, it's a pharma company. And then it gets auto-indexed, and then it's available for AI usage. But everything has to be traced in a data pipeline so you know where your data is coming from to make sure it's valid and approved. And then next is operational monitoring and incident response. So this is a really important one. This is all about gating, right? So we can only respond to certain things. You cannot respond to questions about adverse events or patient results. And this can't just be like a persona prompt or writer agent. It has to be 100% foolproof. So here you're talking about like hardcore, gating and then escalation when people ask for things that they're not authorized to ask for. And then system integration, enterprise depth. You can't have an enterprise application without connecting to enterprises, typically via MCP or webhooks. And then lastly, agent-aware workflows. So, you want to control your workflows, right? So sometimes you have to have workflows that follow up with questions and guide the agents through their path. And so workflows is a key step there. So our customer is Merz Aesthetics. They're a global company with their data center in Germany. So we have Magnolia and our Agency product resident on their Azure system in Germany. So it has to be GDPR compliant. Earlier we mentioned the AI Act in compliance, so we have to be responsive to that as well. Just really briefly here. So some of the key attributes they wanted in this new platform is they wanted information to be easier to find. They wanted less manual workflows for the processes. So those are some of the key things. We implemented Magnolia 6.4, our Agency platform in a beautiful portal. And I'll just kind of be quick here because I'm looking at the time. See, these are some of the benefits. This is our application here that we created. It's a beautiful portal with AI integrated. It's not just a little chatbot that pops up. It's an AI librarian. So everything is completely interactive. It's multimodal. You can ask for videos, articles, learning modules. This is our Agency backend. It's responsive to Magnolia completely. So everything happens in Magnolia. We synchronized attributes, content, everything else, indexed it in our vector database, make it available. Compliance is not an option. This is an example of how we, flag adverse events, for example. This is our analytics here. And so I'll kind of say here, the hard part is not the AI. The hard part is compliance, identity, governance. That's what gets you past procurement. We do have a Claude skill that generates a lot of the code for you. And we learned a lot. So if you have any questions, happy to collaborate and give you, the things we learned over the past year. So thank you.
Thanks, Paul.